Touchdown into Football Passion Zone, your hotspot for epic plays, unbelievable touchdowns, and exclusive American football content. Subscribe and become part of the End Zone celebration.
While temperatures remained mild in Atlanta, it was short skirt weather for the young at heart in the nation's North Country. Bud Grant's Minnesota Vikings had struggled into first place in the NFC Central, but kept an eye out for the Detroit Lions, hot on their path in second place. Foremost on Grant's mind, however, was Brian Sipe, the ringmaster of the NFL's magical mystery team, the Cleveland Browns. A win over the Vikings would assure the Browns of their first playoff appearance in 8 years. Sipe's counterpart on the Vikings, one Tommy Kramer, has the Vikings in contention for their 11th title in 13 years. A win for Minnesota means a division title, as they meet the Cleveland Browns to paint a clearer playoff picture. It took Brian Sipe and the Browns just 10 plays to score on their first possession. The primary mover on the drive was Calvin Hill, number 35. Listed as a running back, he may be better described as a receiving back, accounting for 2 receptions, 33 yards, and the game's first touchdown. Another look from the end zone shows that Hill slipped into the area vacated by blitzing linebacker Matt Blair, number 59, then juggled his way to a 7-point Cleveland lead. The Vikings accumulated more total first-half yards than did the Browns, yet came up short in the vicinity of the end zone. While the Cleveland secondary put a damper on Sammy White, number 85, another wide receiver, Terry LeCount, number 80, personally dampened his own scoring chances. As the first half wound down, the Browns began a second scoring surge, with Brian Sipe homing in on Mike Pruitt, good for 22 yards. It is this time of day when the Browns seem to come alive. When the whistle blows, the whistle in this case indicates the 2-minute warning. From midfield, the Browns needed just 1 minute 12 seconds to extend their lead. A heavy Minnesota rush forced Sipe to hurry his throw, but when Viking cornerback Bobby Bryant overran the pass, Dave Logan, number 85, filled the hole for 41 yards to the Minnesota 9. Running back Greg Pruitt, number 34, became Sipe's 6th receiver of the afternoon, accounting for 7 more yards to the Viking 2. The Browns' final running play of the half came courtesy of Brian Sipe. The 2-yard sweep steered Cleveland 13 points closer to a long-awaited division crown. While the Vikings had yet to generate even 1 point, another Viking had equal difficulty raising a cheer from a sedate Viking crowd, whose enthusiasm was numbed by the cold, the score, or both. Choosing to de-emphasize the short passing game, Tommy Kramer teamed up long with a pair of wide receivers, Sammy White, number 85, and Ahmad Rashad, number 28. With White and Rashad covered on deep patterns and with Brown defensive end Lyle Alzado heating up the rush, Kramer looked for an escape route. In this case, escape route number 81. Rookie Joe Sensor's touchdown covered 31 yards, but the excitement was short-lived. After each team exchanged field goals, the Browns retaliated in the fourth period. The big play this time found its way from Brian Sipe to wide receiver Ricky Feature, number 83. Feature's 36-yard reception brought Cleveland back into Minnesota territory, opening the door for fullback Mike Pruitt, number 43. From the 1-yard line, Cleo Miller, number 30, scored the Browns' final touchdown of the game and put Cleveland into an unusual situation. After all, they are the Cardiac Kids, unaccustomed to leads of 14 points in the final period. At that moment, many Minnesota fans chose to beat the traffic home and missed the final minutes of the game, and with it what became the miracle of Metropolitan Stadium. With less than 6 minutes remaining, the Vikings and Browns reversed roles as Minnesota developed a flair for the dramatic. It started innocently enough with more passes to Sammy White and Ahmad Rashad. Ted Brown, number 23, complimented Rashad's effort, scoring from 7 yards out with a Tommy Kramer pass to add another ray of hope to Minnesota's comeback plans. But a blocked extra point left the Vikings 8 points shy. Then it was cornerback Bobby Bryant's turn to provide the key defensive play of the game. Bryant's interception allowed the Vikings another opportunity to get on the board. They took full advantage as Ted Brown headed to the Cleveland 12-yard line. More important, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock, and set up a 12-yard touchdown toss from Kramer to Ahmad Rashad, Minnesota's bona fide big play receiver. Minnesota had struck twice in less than 4 minutes. It now remained for the Viking defense to get the ball back for one final fling. The Browns elected to play it safe and stay on the ground, running out the final seconds. It appeared to be a safe strategy, and a punt deep into Viking territory would assure a 1-point win. "80 yards from the Cleveland end zone, the Minnesota miracle then took place in 2 parts. Part 1, Tommy Kramer to Joe Sensor to Ted Brown. The 34-yard pickup was the result of Viking design, as Ahmad Rashad was in the end zone. 3 Viking touchdowns in 5 minutes. 456 passing yards for Tommy Kramer. Call it incredible, call it a miracle. The Vikings call it a win that earned them the NFC Central Division title.